Welcome to day 8 of Healing the Abused Inner Child 11 Days program. I hope you're doing very well on day 8 and that you have not given up yet, but instead you feel empowered, you're in a process, you feel like things are moving for you. On day 8, we're going to talk about reparenting yourself. This is a quite important aspect when healing the abused inner child, because reparenting yourself is really about becoming the parent that you never had. So becoming the mother and the father that you never had, that you were supposed to have. But if you grew up with self-absorbed, absent parents, then you didn't receive what you needed as a child. And that's what we're going to give to you in this video. Many people can feel like they have a motherless or fatherless life. Though the parents still exist, we never felt safe and didn't feel a stability, or maybe we were the parent when growing up. We were the parent for our parents because they did not know how to be a parent. They were not grown up. They were actually still a child inside because they were probably also neglected in their childhood, and they never addressed it, and they never faced it and realized it and healed it like we are doing in this 11 days healing program. Ultimately, being motherless and fatherless is to feel rejected, either physically, emotionally, or mentally, or both. Often we didn't feel that the parent was able to give us the caring energy, and we felt like we had to parent ourselves. We might have experienced that our siblings received it, and watching that hurt us deeply. Maybe the parent hurt us by saying mean or unkind things. Maybe the parent had put demands on us and we didn't feel like having a safe harbor with them. That was the job of our parents. Their job was to create a safe harbor for us where we could develop a healthy sense of self. But if they did not create that for us, then how could we ever build a solid foundation within ourselves that we can now rely on being adults? Oftentimes, when we grow up in a dysfunctional family, either adoptive family or biological family or foster family, it's very characteristic that the parents, they put demands on us that we are simply not able to accomplish. We will basically fail trying to succeed with these tasks and demands because they're expecting something from us that you can expect from an adult person, but you can't really expect this from a child. Some of these demands can be that you are made responsible for their feelings. This is not something you can put on an adult either, but it can also be that you're made responsible for making dinner every night. And if you're only 7 or 8 years old, that's not something you can expect from a child. It's not something you can demand from a child. So that alone can make us experience and make us feel like that we have to be the parent, even though we're still a child at the time. So reparenting yourself is not about solving things with your parents. So when we don't feel like we have a safe harbor with them, it can feel like being on an isolated island and that we don't have anyone to go to for support because we were made responsible for their emotions. So how will they ever be able to be open and to be able to sit with us and our emotions when we need support and comfort? So reparenting yourself is not about solving things with your parent or having a sit-down conversation with them about what you never received from them growing up. You don't really need your parents anymore to reparent yourself. You don't need them for that. They are not necessary. And you can't depend on them to give you what they never gave you in the past, now when moving forward. You have to really go within and accept what you never received from them, and forgive yourself for not knowing better. So that is your job from now on. You have to take the responsibility to reparent yourself, which means giving yourself what you never received from them. And that's why you have to stand up for yourself, and you have to find the strength and courage to reparent yourself and become the powerful soul that you are deep inside. So reparenting yourself is really about being the loving mother you never had. Internalize the mothering energy, nurturing, protecting, and soothing. You have to meet yourself with the internalized parent and say that you love yourself unconditionally, even though you might believe it yet, or even though it feels uncomfortable saying it. You have to meet yourself with the internalized parent and say that you love yourself. So you can write it down on a post-it and hang it on your mirror, so you're being reminded every day of this internalized parent that you now are for yourself, that you now are to yourself. Having an inner abused child is often a result of relational trauma that happened in relation to important people that we needed in order to survive when we were children. So what would a loving, nurturing mother energy do to support you right now? What would a loving mother say to you to protect you right now? I want you to sit with that for a moment. Sit with those questions and really ask yourself in this present moment, with whatever's going on in your life, whatever you're feeling right now, what would a loving, nurturing mother energy do to support you in this situation right now? What would this loving mother say to you to protect you right now and to give you the comfort and nurture that you need deep inside? You can write it down on a piece of paper so you won't forget it. Sometimes we really need to hear our parents say to us that we are enough, that we're good enough for who we are, and that they see us and that they love us no matter what we do or say. We won't be punished, we won't be rejected, we won't be judged or humiliated, but instead we will be loved and understood with compassion. That's often what we really needed from our parents growing up. And we also needed that we didn't have to fight for the relationship with our parents. We didn't have to do anything extraordinary in order to receive our parents' love, but that showing up as ourself, as our authentic self, would simply be enough, and that we could relax into that, trusting and feel reassured that we would be enough just for who we are, and that our parents would meet us there. They would not meet us with extreme expectations or unreasonable demands that you had to do a lot of things, adult things, in order to be chosen by them, in order to be loved by them, seen by them, heard by them, and feel enough. So the exercise for this video on day 8 is that I want you to be disciplined with yourself by keeping a small promise to yourself every day. And this is, of course, in relation to what you need from a loving parent in your current situation, wherever you are. So a small promise you keep to yourself every day could be that you say, I need to go to bed early every night, because the more rest I get, the more sleep I get, the more I will feel clear in my head the next day. And that will help you overcome any challenges that you are faced the next day. A small promise to yourself could also be that you sit with yourself 10 minutes after coming home from work, and that you simply just tune in with yourself. How did it feel like to be you today? Did anyone violate your boundaries? Did you feel that anyone was rude to you, or that you didn't feel heard or seen or validated? And then sit with that, and then give yourself that reassurance that you can give that to yourself now. You are that loving parent to yourself now. It can also be that you journal every day for 10 minutes, that's your promise to yourself every day. But the main focus in this exercise is that you are being disciplined, that you do it every day, that you keep that promise to yourself, and that you not skip it one day, but that you should do it one day. So the thing here is also, it has to be realistic for you to keep the promise to yourself. It can't be something that you can only do on your days off. It has to be something that you're able to cultivate and do every single day, no matter if you're going to work, no matter if you're going to whole day events, or whatever it is. It's something you have to be able to do every day. So find that promise, find that exercise that you can do to nurture yourself, to reparent yourself, and be that loving parent that you need right now to comfort and heal your inner child. In tomorrow's video on day 9, we're going to focus on building a self-love practice by stop criticizing ourselves and look at our self-destructive patterns. I am so excited for tomorrow's video, and I hope you are doing well on day 8 and that you are ready for this task, and leave a comment if you feel like it. Until tomorrow, I wish you an amazing day. Bye for now.